All right. Got it. We are being live streamed, Chantal. We are really here. Hello.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. 2 weeks before Christmas. Woohoo.
Definitely. Which, what is this season all about again? Oh, it's supposed to be about heart and spirit.
And light and finding the place in the center where we have what I believe is higher consciousness. So, what it's not about is go shopping, go crazy, buy presents, overdo it, get exhausted, none of that. Of course, it's part of it. But really, this, I think, and I'm not sure about you, Melissa, but I think this holiday is a little off the mark sometimes, right?
It's interesting because from this bigger nature elemental perspective, where does this season lie? It lies in winter. Right? So, what is all of nature, especially where you and I are right now? Things are starting to slow down, like
Yeah.
literally, water freezes. The animals are getting ready to hibernate. So, the energy of the planet is in, quiet, 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 quiet. And it isn't that it disappears. It's just this, and kind of to go to some of the things that you were just talking about, like it's really taking that time because nature knows its own worth. It knows that it's worth taking this time to turn inward and really nurture itself because that powerful, beautiful light that lies within, to really shine the light from within and take that time to not only conserve, but also really reflect in a really beautiful way on the gift of what the year past has been and what the new year will bring. So, if anything, less about and more about what's in here.
Yes. So today, I mean, we're also going into the winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year and the longest night. And we do eventually crawl back up 2 minutes a day after the 21st. But it really is about finding the place. And I want to make a correlation between solstice, which is a long night and a very short day, and what happens sometimes when we don't feel good, when we're sick, and where there are moments where we may feel hopeless or frustrated or both, and it feels like the longest night of your life. And kind of making that parallel between what nature is doing, and what's happening. So I'm going to give you an example. I visited this little lady this morning who's 91 years old, and she fell 2 weeks ago. And she had a compounded fracture at 3 different places. And for the first time, they had to place her in a nursing home for rehab, not to stay, just for rehab. But today she hit the wall. We visited with her, and she was so frustrated and so helpless and hopeless. And it was really hard to remind her that this is just time bound. This is not forever. She's not going to end up there. So it really is about having an experience that looks like a long time, but in perspective, it's not. She will be out probably in a week from now. And we had to keep repeating this to her. So sometimes we have to keep repeating the same thing to ourselves. So self-care in the midst of a challenge is really going back deeper and finding that ray of hope, that ray of light, and connecting our spirit to something bigger than this current reality. So we're definitely off the shopping and the going crazy and overbuying, overspending and all this. And we're really coming back into what matters to you. How can you and how can we all connect to what is most important? Remind ourselves of that, and also notice around who's around us and how we want to make those connections meaningful. So that's my invitation, and I'm thinking it's maybe yours too, Melissa.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, from a practical standpoint, knowing the value of really tuning in during this time and really allowing yourself. I know that you guys are all still going to have all these different sorts of things that you different parties and events that you're going to need to attend, and different folks that you'll have to be present with. But while you're in the midst of that, making that a conscious practice of allowing yourself even just a few moments to tune in and feel into, what do I need in this moment that would help me to feel more centered, more aligned, more present, so that when I do connect in, it is from this open heart space and not from a frazzled, stressed out place. So what could that look like for you? I mean, that could look like you're just taking some deep breaths.
Yeah.
That could look like what we've talked about in several of our events together, of tuning into that heart, connecting into that heart space, whether your hands are just here or you're circling as I am. That could look like probably one of the most soothing, and I know you know this one, Chantal, outside. Outside, even when it's cold, bundle yourself up, even for just a few moments, and just take a step. One of the things I was thinking about today, I don't know if it's like this out in the Berkshires, but the birdies have been super chirpy. They've been like,
No.
it's been really interesting. I'm like, hello, what are you trying to tell me? So just like there's so much that nature wants to share with us. And when things can feel too chaotic and crazy outside, stepping into nature can be so incredibly healing and centering, even for a few moments, to get you back into that place of alignment.
So yes, in fact, I'm glad you're talking about regaining balance, because this is what we're talking about. Like self-care is that moment of tuning in and not be so external, but be more internal. And this morning I was, when I was posting for our group this morning, I thought, it's such a delicate balance. It's never something that we can say, yay, I have arrived and I can, I have it forever. Not happening. So it's a fine tuning moment by moment, and it's really keeping track of your physical sensations body wise. Are you rested? Are you well fed? Are you drinking enough water? Are you able to relax in a space? Do you have enough space around you? Emotionally, are you feeling stress is a word, right? Stressed out? Are you feeling sad? Are you happy? And all these emotions are pointing in the direction of something that you might need to either change or add or take out. Mentally, is your mind all over the map? Do you feel like you've got all kinds of stuff going on and it's hard to pull it in? So again, simplify, find ways to rebalance your mind, and we're connecting to spirit. That's what we're talking about here. Nature, meditation, a deep breath. Breath is prana. Breath is life force. And it says that every time we inhale, the universe exhales, and every time we exhale, the universe inhales. So we are connected. At all times we give. So Christmas is not just the only time. Moment by moment, breath by breath, as we relate to each other and to other people, we are exchanging energy. We are giving and receiving. So let's make sure that we're not just giving, giving, giving. We're receiving, and then we're giving. So that balance is, a constant, it's in flux. So it's finding physical, emotional, mental checkpoints, and then ask, what do I need if I'm feeling out of balance? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it mental? Is it spiritual? That's a question that is constantly in the background for me anyways. I know I feel when I hold my breath, I know. Yeah. Then I say, okay, let it go.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I would encourage you all as well. I know I may not be as lively present with you guys with the holidays. I've got 4 kiddos of my own, so I'll be pretty full over the next 2 weeks, but Chantal will be tuning in with you guys. We're in like a portal right now of support. We have a full moon on the 18th. We have, as Chantal had mentioned, we have the solstice coming, and then we, of course, will be opening up through the holidays and into the new year. So this time of year that we're in too is such a tender time, because we don't want to just like, let's just get to 2022. No, this is such a precious window to be like, really do some gentle self-reflection. So I encourage you all, if you're a journaler, don't get too stuck in your head about what that has to look like, but just some sort of structured way, whether it be through just creative writing or drawing or actually journaling, to allow yourself to deepen into this reflective process and really seize this opportunity of this window that we're in right now.
Right. And in fact, when I believe you're going to be with us anyways, Melissa, even though you may be having fun with the kiddos, I know you're going to be here because you are connected to us and to this group. So we completely
That's true.
separate.
That's true.
So
And
I'll
send some,
try to channel you.
I'll send some pictures of all the fun we're having too. So
Yeah,
that's,
send pictures. Tell us what you're doing because I'm going to be in the cold and hopefully we have some snow. I like snow, so I say
ooh,
yes to winter.
awesome.
I say yes to winter solstice. So yeah, I'll be here Wednesday next week and the Wednesday after this with a little bit of connecting to light on Christmas, 2 days before, 3 days before Christmas. Even if you're not a Christian, right? I'm not calling Christmas as in it has to be a Christian holidays. I see it as a call for consciousness to come in, more of our consciousness, more connection from us to consciousness and consciousness to come in and have more space. And the new year is really about making that transition, maybe releasing, letting go, reflecting, what is not serving me? What do I want to bring forth in 2022? So that's really what these transition times are about. So I will be here and Melissa will be here too. I know she will be tuning in.
Yes, and for those of
So
you who missed our first two sessions that we did, our last one was on December 8th. We will be back in the new year on January 5th from 11 to 12 with our breast care self-care. So this is an introduction to this concept, expanding upon both of our angles and weaving it together. I really do encourage you to attend. We just opened up a new page for this. It's within our Facebook group, but it's in other places as well. And the last time we spoke, we went someplace else. And I'm like, I can't wait for the next time because, because it seems like every single time we start talking about this, something else comes out between the two of us. So looking forward to that share as well in the new year.
yeah, and breast care, when we talk about breast care or self-care, really, we don't limit it, breast, heart center, we dive in and we expand. So I really believe that both Melissa and I have what we call a holistic perspective, which is how do we go from the individual to the collective and to spirit and vice versa and with each other. So breast care and self-care is about individual taking care of yourself so that you and I and all of us can be together in a more powerful experience, a more grounded and conscious experience. Because we really have this life. I believe we have many others, maybe, but for now, this is the one we have. So I am a firm believer that we are here to expand consciousness. So how do we, through self-care, embody more fully, be more present in our heart, to each other, to spirit, to the earth, so that we make this place a better place. So until we see you, please do sign up. January 5th, the link is on this page. And Melissa, put your toes in the sand for me, please.
I will send a nice, beautiful ocean picture.
And if we have snow, I'll send you a nice, beautiful snowy
Yes,
picture.
we need both for sure.
And if you're listening to this and you want to post a picture, please do
Yeah,
so.
I'd love to hear from
We
you.
want to know where you are. We want to know what you're doing for the holidays. And even if the holidays is not a big thing for you, there's room for everyone's perspective to be included in this transition.
All right, everybody, have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful week. Bye.
Bye.